Hey guys, how's it going? July 14th, 2019, 9:16 p.m. on a Sunday night here. Just getting myself orientated. Had a pretty good weekend. Saw a fair amount of trains over. Yeah, it was a good weekend with the sun. My son just went upstairs, so that was cool. It's nice to see him a little bit longer during the summer, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm in a pretty good mood tonight. I had an ant issue down here. I think I finally solved. I've had baits that are not baits. Yeah, I guess you call bait stations or whatever the hell they are that have worked in the past, but they weren't working for these ants, and they seem to like the washroom down my new place, or my old place if you want to call it. This is my old place actually. My old place, which is my new place. But no, they weren't taking the baits. They just liked my washroom. They weren't trying to invade anywhere into the kitchen or anything like that. They just liked my washroom because they got access to a little bit of water, and that's all they cared about. Very strange. But I end up getting some spray and along the entranceways, and now they're not coming, at least for now. So hopefully that calmed me down. Anyways, I'm talking about ants. But it was such a, oh my god, it was actually getting so stressful because I was actually losing sleep over it. I don't know why. I mean, some things just bug me, and that's just like, I don't care about spiders. I don't care about different things, but I don't like the idea of ants. I mean, I got moths flying around here every now and then. I don't care about them. But anyways, enough talking about pests. Let's get on. Pardon me. So Smiley made some changes. I did the preliminary white paper for my ideas. I don't know if Smiley was checking in on that, or I don't know really how much information I put on that, to be quite honest. But let's see here. Nobody's on Smiley's server at the moment, so it's just going to be me. And we'll see how things are. So, I don't know why I start over here all the time, but I do. Okay. So we got a Kansas City Southern. I don't see too many trains on here, so that's possibly a good sign, but what I want to do is I want to number one, I want to see how the AI is configured here. So we got one spawning train here at Finger Lakes, which is fine. Let me see how the AI is set up. Okay, random AI is not enabled, but we still have. So we got Amtrak, track. See, I can't disable these. They're just going to keep spawning. So that's okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to at least bring them into play for now, and then figure out where they're going and try to route them if I can. If I can't, then I'll route them to just basically disappear, and I'll mention it in a update. So Amtrak North comes on to track 1. So, like I said, I don't want to be having to deal with worrying about what's happening. Now here I think we're okay to a certain extent. This is the problem that this comes into play. So the Amtraks come down here. They'll come on to 1. I think they'll keep going. They come out. This is where they basically die. So in this case, what I will do is I'm going to run them down CP rail. So they'll get their station here. I'm gonna treat them like they're all oh, what do you call it? I can't think of the name. There's a name, the Adirondack, I think it is. So there's a station over here. Or did I just go past it? Okay, here they are right here. So there's a station right here. That is flashing green. And that's where I want him. Okay, well, actually, you know, it sounds like he might even have set it up that way. So I'm going to turn the opposing lights off just to make it clear what it is I am doing. Oh, that's what I want. So the opposing lights here, they're going to all go off. Oh, wait a minute. No. Yeah. No. Normal. That's what I want. Okay. And then I'm going to turn these off. So I'm going to test it out. Now the reason why I'm testing this out is now they're going to be different numbers. I'm not worried about the numbers. All I want to make sure they do is that they actually follow the route so that they can continue to run regardless if anybody's on. He'll come into here. Actually, I'll put him on the main. He'll keep coming. Oh, I want him green. We want to make sure that they're fleeting. Okay, Kansas City Southern Pass. I'll deal with that in a minute. That one I know about. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to eliminate the calls for, you know, my signal. I just want to let something run. So this line now has movement. It may not be prototypical movement because once you get into the single track section, then I got to play around with something, and I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that yet. Because once we get into this area, then things all of a sudden will change. But for now, he's moving, and he's on his own little path away from everything else. So that's good. Let's continue. Castleton sub CPSK main 2. Where are they going to spawn? Now the other thing I can do is I can have them hold the starting location. But let's see where this is. Let me spawn this first. Actually, I'll do that. I'm going to spawn them first, and then we will see. Okay, so that's Castleton sub right there. That's fine. And there's a lot of ways I might be able to do something here to keep things basically going. CP293, which I think is where I'm at right now. Yes. Okay, so we know that one. That's perfect. Riverline CPSK siding. Okay. This is where it gets interesting. Riverline CPSK siding. Okay. So, yeah, this is going to get really interesting. The problem here is they're going to be complaining about the stop signals, because they're going to conflict with each other, and I can't cross them over to get them out of the way, unfortunately. They'll complain, and that kind of sucks. The stopping for passengers doesn't really matter too much. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about him here. So he's kind of stuck in this little area here. I can't. I might be able to do something a little crazy, and it may or may not work. Depending upon how long these trains are taking to spawn. And what the crazy thing is, as crazy as it sounds, is having them face each other. So what ends up happening is they just go. Now, in order to do that, I have to eliminate one of them. The hopes here is that I can get it moving quick enough so that one can run. But obviously, like I said before, I want things to be able to spawn. I have no problems with things spawning, or stopping at a station or something, along that nature. What I don't want is something to constantly complain, hey, I'm stopped at a signal, I'm stopped at a signal. Now, right now I'm going to get it, obviously, but that's okay. So let's look at the other. So far we don't have what I was hoping to see. I was hoping to see spawn points a little bit closer. We don't have those yet. But I'm going to keep recommending them in the white paper. I'm not going to put my own server up just yet. I'll see if Smiley's into the recommendations. If he is, great. If he's not, then I'll just do my own thing. I could have potentially put my own server up tonight, but I decided, let's give it the benefit of the doubt and see what happens. So 293's here. Riverline CPSK is set. Selkirk Yard lead main 5. I gotta take a look at that. So first off, let me continue to. I'm going to try to give it as much of the possibilities I can. So this is Q384. I don't know what these trains are, or if some are set for drop-offs or whatever. I don't care. They're just going. I'm not worried about what they're doing. And that, to me, keeps a fluid server going. Anytime you go, you got trains moving, you don't have to worry about anything. That's ideally what I want. So here we've got that's going away across. It doesn't matter where they're going. So let me go ahead and get the you go ahead and line them up. I'll even go so far as to bring him down to the Amtrak line, in case I do have an Amtrak going that way. And yeah, I want to ditch them. Ideally, I would like to ditch them. But for now, my hope is that they will go ahead and do their thing. Now, once we get the Selkirk map, that could be a little difficult to do, but let's just go ahead and try it. so this is where it's going to cross over. Okay, so our AI is on. I've got to go in here. And this is basically what I'm doing is I'm trying to warm up the territory. So when you don't have trains around, it's just, it's dead. But when you have trains around, then it's not so bad. Let me go ahead with him. I think he's over here somewhere. Now I might be able to get away with something here, just to get these guys out of our hair. Let me just see. So he comes down here. Unfortunately, he's only, yeah, see, they're facing each other, so that's just the way it's going to be. Okay, so there we go. Unfortunately, with the way they're set up like that, they're just going to have to face each other. And hopefully they won't spawn on top of each other. They spawn on top of each other, then one has to be deleted. All they're doing is they're just going the same route around the corner. They're not coming through Selkirk. They're not doing anything else. And actually, I'll be able to route some traffic in and around this, possibly. I'm not positive on that, but we'll take a look here and see in a moment here. What do we got here? We got a train or something that's in the area. Okay. I have no idea if this was run. Oh wow, Rio Grande. Okay, so he was set for way across. Okay, so is this the way he comes in? I think it is. All right, so let's see what line 7 looks like. And the idea is if people want to run all this stuff, they can. They can do whatever they want. For me personally, I'm hoping to get enough people to do my little section and, you know, see how it goes. Because, man, there's a lot of engines. I'm glad they're all shut off because they take a lot of resources. Okay, let me go back into the spawn point one more time. So this is the guy I want to see. Selkirk Yard 7, lead main 5. I forget where he comes. Okay. There he is, right there. Well, I gotta get him to come in anyways, or get out anyways, so. Okay. So the reason why I put that flag there is just a reminder. But these switches have to be set to go. So, like I said before, the whole idea that I know these flags are not prototypically where they're supposed to be. What I want to do is I want to make sure that if whoever's working in this area restores that switch and leaves 7 open for spawning. Now, where does this come out to? Is the question. Okay, we're at the main hat now. Now I got to be careful. Where does he come in? Okay, he comes in there. Hang on a second here. Now, where does he come out of? I gotta cross him. I gotta be able to cross him to the left or I'm screwed. And as I anticipated, I'm screwed. Because I got... that's okay. This guy here, I'm deleting him. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll pretend he just ran. We'll delete him. He's going away across anyways. So, this guy... Now this is going to be scary actually. Very scary. Because they come in the left side, which really it's a pain in the ass. Actually, hold on a second here. It's not the end of the world though. Yes, yeah, I can't have them that way. So I gotta have these guys kind of delete themselves at some point before they head out. So in order to do that, well, there's a couple ways I can do it. No, I can't bring them down this way. But I can bring them up the top end. So I'm going to try to bring him up the top end. I'm going to bring him down here. That way, yeah. Okay, that's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. So in order to get him to come, I have to bring him that way. Everything else, he should be fine at that point. Because he comes down here, he keeps going. This guy here, now this is where I got to bring him up to the top end. Track 5 top end, or track, yeah. Oh, okay, here we go. Perfect. This is exactly where I wanted him to. Okay, so he comes down he comes up the top end, which means he would I gotta take a look at this for a minute. I gotta make sure that Okay, so far this is good. Yeah, he's all set. And the other guy's coming down the top end, which I believe... Okay, where's that put him? That puts him down at the bottom. The other guy comes down the top end, which... I believe that comes down here. Right? Okay, perfect. So he's got a restricting. He comes down the top end. So let's follow this guy in. Okay, that's what I was afraid of. I gotta get him up to the top end right here. All right. Let's get the AI going. I don't know how often they spawn or whatever. Doesn't matter if it's a passenger, freight, whatever. Doesn't matter. All we want to do is we want to get him around here. Everything else normalizes. I could send it another way, actually. Just for the fun of it. Or can I? CP 125. Yeah, sure. Let's send them down here. Might not be prototypical or not. It doesn't matter. It just gives them something to go down to. I mean, there's going to be the odd freight. Call them detours. I don't know what you want to call them, but there. Okay, I think we're good. Now, the danger of having such a long spawn point, as I was trying to mention before, when you have a long spawn point, you wind up getting trains that bunch up, especially when you get a freight in front of a passenger and stuff like that. But for now, though, let's see how this goes. I'm all game for it, so why not? So we'll stop him. I'm just looking to see the rest of the signals, how we have them set up. I think we're okay from here. We got our reverses here. Everything else is hunky-dory. Where the hell did the train go? Down here. Oh, here he is. Okay. So by rights, this should be able to now stay on, spawn at whatever you want, and allow these particular spawns to continue. There's a few conflicts, like I said before. If you have AI spawning from here and here, you need to dispatch them. So this is going to be the one area that, you know, he won't spawn when he's on top of each other, but the problem is you can't have it go any other way. It has to go the same direction, or else it's going to run into a brick wall and say, you know, uncle. Actually, I just realized I can't have him go down this track. I got to have him. So yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay, that works fine too. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to send this guy down here, down the Berkshire sub, and the odd one is going to continue down here if he can get through down the Adirondack. Everything else is pretty much set. The Amtrak's going to do its stop here. He's going to come into here. He's going to go down CP to disappear. And of course, you will never see a passenger train go westbound now. All the passenger trains are going to go down the Adirondack. So that should work. So now that I have all the rest of the confusion figured out, I can go ahead and concentrate on my area and see what's here. So everything's all set up for the switches that need to be set. All the stack signals are all set up. Everything will now continuously run, and this is the way I would do it. If Smiley's, you know, Smiley's server, basically, he hasn't put any rules as to saying what can or can't be done as of this point. So I've come up with some suggestions, and if they're good for him, great. He was saying that, you know, if you want to run in your region, that's great, but he wanted everything else in there. So I thought, okay, well, that's cool. But this allows me to come on at any time, and who knows what trains are going to be available. So see, you got an Amtrak stopping at a crew change. Those kind of things, those are perfect. I mean, you know, whatever's happening there is happening. Okay, now let me take a look at the various supply trains. So we got Mohawk. Let me. I might have to do a supply train just to see what's happening in the yards here. I haven't really taken a look at this yard yet. as far as its makeup or what's happening. Okay, so there was a train that came into arriving the other day. Oh, one of these babies. Okay, well, yeah, good. So we got one that's already here, so that's good. We got 221. So 221's all blocked up. I don't know what these guys are. Z343. Okay. I'm not sure what they are yet. So that's cool. So what does a typical supply train have here? Now this is the other danger too, is what are these supply trains? Like, are they actually legitimately supplying here's again the issue. If this isn't going to supply if this is all this is going to do is come into I don't even know where way is actually. Oh, I thought it was Waycross. Sorry. Damn, I hope I wasn't supposed to delete that train. If it is, I apologize. Shit. I don't know what it was. It was just sitting there inside the yard, so I may have screwed that up. But I don't know the train symbols, and I don't have the information as far as what's what, so. I got a funny feeling these supply trains are supplying every single freaking thing, and that's not what I want. I don't want to have supply trains. I want a supply train that is specific for Syracuse, period. I don't want to be going to have to wait for something to go on at that thing. And I got a funny feeling that's unfortunately the issue I'm going to run into here. Because this thing here, I mean, I see some things, but I see FGI, EDRJ. So he came into the receiving, but what is he? And if he supplies everything, then the other thing too is, okay, well, do I want to bring him in as a genuine eastbound supply train? Because I don't know where the supply trains are coming in from. Well, that's interesting. You know, that's interesting because if it's for everything else, even though the symbol's not exactly what I was, you know, looking for, because this is more like of a Syracuse dump. But let me just see here. So maybe I have to run the industries first, and then once I've run some industries, then see how it goes. But so far, okay, so this is B768. B768. Okay. Light 111. All right. Well, let's just run the switcher here and try to figure out exactly what it's set up to do, and then I'll continue with recommendations as I go along. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get a notepad here. Try that out here, just to get myself going here. Perfect. Okay. So I'm just keeping these notes for myself just to see where we're at here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to explore through here. It's probably the best bet. I know I got the maps. I don't want to go by the maps just because I'm going to go by what they've got. I think don't think there's anything else beyond there. So we want destination, milepost tags on. I think that does it. Industry tags are on. Destination, milepost on. Something else I thought. This isn't there. Figure it out. Thought there was something down here. Maybe not. Well, that's 3 tracks, so it's got to be going somewhere around here. There we go. This is where milepost 289. What the hell are we doing? Oh, I'm looking the wrong way here. Am I going the wrong way? I probably am. Yeah, I'm getting confused. I'm all the way down to 278. Let me start back over here. Work my way back out. I don't think there's anything that way. Might be. I doubt it though. Nope. Okay. So let's try to get our bearings here. I'm just kind of getting an idea as far as the mileposts and where things are. Okay, so that's the auto, blah blah blah. All right. Okay, SPB is up there. So is CME. That's General Chemical. Thought I had General Chemical. Oh no, that's Allied. Okay. Okay, Blue Circle Cement. Gotcha. I don't think there's anything there. I might even take it out, throw it somewhere, but we'll see. Okay, so Blue Circle Cement. Solvay, I think I have. Yep. Okay. Okay, there's no industry yet for the St. Lawrence sub. Okay, there's recycle. I think that's the one. But I missed some stuff here. Cooper Industries, I don't think I have to do there. Oops, I saw it there. Okay, there it is. Okay, what's this called? Okay, so they call that the first ward lead. Recycle. Cooper Industries, which I don't think has anything set up for it. Nope. And I'm okay. We don't have to have every industry going. I'm just going to see what we have, and then I'll deal with the rest later. CP290. Alrighty, so far so good. Okay. So you can see how I'm just getting things started. Now obviously there is maps available, and I'll probably outlining to that, but the maps don't correspond to what's actually in this system. So because of that, I can go either way. It doesn't matter to me. Worth Beer is up to it's going to be up to probably the next one, which is CP296. Well, that's an auto. Oh, plus 287. Okay. So we can go with CP 286 to 290. I think Bush is here too, yeah. Okay. Little Falls Lumber, I'm not too sure. I haven't seen that yet, but let's see, he's over here somewhere, but I doubt it. Not that I've seen. Oh, there we go. I guess that's the same line. Okay. Okay, 290, 286 North, and there we go. Syracuse packaging, I already had first ward lead. So if I look at the Fairgrounds sub, we are looking at... Now you notice there's... I don't know if there's any trains that have spawned. By the sounds of it, there hasn't been, which is fine. Everything's running. The Amtrak's going westbound. Everything's doing its own thing. There's no dispatching whatsoever on my part. There's nobody complaining about anything. It's just going. You can see, you know, there's 4 trains running. This will heat up, and you want it to heat up. You want to get things heated up so that, and I'll explain more of that later on. Now I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this train really started tonight, but I'm going to sure as hell try, because I think I'm pretty much ready to go with this one. And as I build more, then or as more things come to play and the supply trains, then I'll figure out more later. As far as I know, this is the only things that are available in this yard for the B768 train. I'm not worried about the supply that just came in. Okay, here we go. Gotta admit, it feels good to be running a train again. So this is a nice little, a nice little system. There's still more that I want to do. I have some goals in mind, and I might even do a world save eventually if, I'm going to develop my ideas for this area. Of course, you know, it's not just going to be me. I mean, whatever. If people have ideas for this particular region, then that's great. But hopefully it's just not me running it, because if it's just me running it, then I might as well play single player, and that was the whole point of why I got bored real quick. I didn't want to dispatch. I'm just dispatching myself, basically. I should probably get out of this freaking yard. Yeah, it looks like... get my trusty binoculars. There we go. So yeah, and like I said, the reason why you want to have AI trains running, I used to play, I used to have something a long time ago where, oops, in Microsoft Train Simulator where there was a switching area, but it had something that would run trains, and it was kind of weird because it ran it into a circle pattern or some silly thing. I don't know what it was, but there was actually, it might have been, I don't know what the hell it was. It's been so long, but it was a pattern of AI trains running alongside, and it allowed the locals to run. I even did something up by Brantford, of all places, on the Maple Leafs route. I used to remember back in the day running Microsoft Train Simulator, and I was able to run locals. Albeit with Microsoft Train Simulator, which is not as good as this Train Simulator. But I used to have a lot of fun switching Brantford area. And the trains, because I had I don't know what the hell it was, some random generator or whatever, they would just randomly show up and go through, and that was fine. Now, would I like a schedule? Sure, absolutely. Would I love to have a dispatcher running it? Sure, absolutely. Right now we have, like I said, the Southwest server. They got their thing going. They run as many sessions as they can. But to be able to run the entire system, it's impossible. There's not a server on this. There's not a server out there that can run the entire everything as realistic on a 24-hour cycle. There's no way. Doesn't matter how much AI you have. Now, the cool thing about the AI is it gives you a little bit of the eye candy and a bit of a diversion. Double track's the best for it, and that's where my mind all of a sudden came to the realization. It's like, well, wait a minute, we could get things going here. And maybe Selkirk was the key all along. So, okay, I'm gonna have to get up here and get out to switch here. Probably not even going to be able to switch tonight, honestly. Well, looks like something moved my... Sorry guys, I didn't have the microphone pointed at me. Now it's pointed towards me. know the AI spawn, I just don't know what the rate is right now. Seeing a message like that, stopping for passengers, great. It makes me feel like, okay, there's stuff going on in the world. So I'm probably going to have to make a forum post over on my forum later on. I'm probably not going to get very far, so probably run for about 15 minutes, get myself out there at least, and then see where it goes from there. Okay, so now where are we at? Okay, so we're at the leads. Alright. I might even stop it at the lead, but I'll decide that in a second. I shouldn't have deleted that one train. Hopefully that wasn't a train that was meant to. at 187, yeah, so westbound passenger trains are just going to disappear out of the system at CP. I haven't seen anything else spawn in. The eastbound's still running. I think I'm going to stop at this at the Dwarf. Still haven't seen a train spawn in. It's been, what are we at here? Maximum should be is an hour, but I don't know what the minimum is. City. What's up with that? Ah. So that's a little deceiving there. So this almost has to... This is like a deceiving little switch. So I got a green there. know if I'm going to go out to 296 or not. Where am I at? 285? Oh, 285 to 286. That's tempting. See, I don't want to occupy the main. I'd rather just hold it here. Okay. I mean, I certainly could, but I feel more confident putting it there for now. And the main should be restored back. What's yellow over green? That's interesting. You get some medium here? How come? I'm not too sure why he gets a medium. Okay, this is... now I'm curious. It's a medium clear, huh? Huh. Okay. I have no idea why he gets a medium clear. What's the next signal? That's a clear. That makes sense because that's a medium going on down this. What the hell? Hold on a second here. Okay. Yeah, right there. Okay, that part makes sense. I'm just trying to figure out why he's getting a medium. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Because these trains, I'm just going to keep going. Alright, let me just relinquish this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to disconnect from the server. So I think everything's okay. Actually, you know, I'll stay on the server for now. Just because I can hear the beeps and everything else that's going on. And I just want to make sure that the points I had. Now that's interesting. He's down to 8 miles an hour. Oh, going through the switches, huh? I guess there's a 10 mile an hour switch that he's at right now. Let me just see this for a minute. Okay, this one I don't remember. Did I bring one down? I must have. Okay. Oh, I did. He did spawn. Oh, I don't see the spawns. Okay, that's even better. That's cool. Okay, so there's another Amtrak coming. Again, I don't know what the probabilities are. I have no idea. All I know is we do have trains spawning. So, because I don't have access to that, so. Okay. So I'm going to assume everything's okay now. He's moving down here. He'll do his thing. He'll move, and then that'll be fine. Okay. So I'm going to explain my actions. Actually, let me minimize this. And I'm going to go over to my form. And I'll show you. Go into this thing here. It's 10:42. I gotta post this real quick. So I don't know if there's a sound issue or not, but I don't know what the hell that is. I don't know what I was copying. Okay. I wonder if my recording is low. Never thought of that. Yeah. It's at 100. I don't know if it's running. Yeah, I can see the volume going, so I don't know. I don't know what that was beeping. There was a beep, but I don't know what that was. Everything looks okay to me. Oh, he's probably doing a crew change. Okay. Perfect. Hmm. Alrighty, let's see, what do we got here? Oh yeah. So yeah, if you know, the bigger the server is, or at least the bigger the road is, it gives opportunity for more people. So keep in mind recent Syracuse white paper. So that's there. Blah 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 blah. I'm headed to bed, but I did a live stream tonight. Alright, so that does that. And of course the white paper is here. You just click on it, and you can add images, do all kinds of things. Anybody can edit this, so that's not a problem. Alrighty. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So it looks like everything's going okay here. So again, I mean, the whole idea is to keep the AI running. That way, when anybody comes on, they're going to have traffic. I don't know what the probabilities are for right now, but at least we got a westbound running. Hopefully, the eastbounds, are going to spawn around the same percent. Amtrak's got their thing going, so he's doing a crew change likely. And I've got because these are opposing, they're gonna oppose each other, but hopefully they don't run into each other. Looks like everything's fine there. And yeah, I'm gonna try to embed the Selkirk terminal, or not Selkirk, Syracuse terminal, or switching district to do my own thing. Eventually, I'm gonna recommend some changes, but for now, I'm just gonna run it as is and see how things are. I don't really want to be creative. I just want to run and have an interesting environment where others are running too. So right now, Scott and Smiley are there. If the guys want to be able to send me Syracuse stuff, I'm fine for it. But the problem is, as long as I have a constant supply, or at least however it works for you guys. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I'm open to suggestions, so it doesn't have to be my way. I'm just thinking that having a supply come in, and if that's a little bit nearer, might be a little bit more required, because I don't want to run a train throughout the route. I don't want to run main lines or have to wait on an AI train or something, but we'll see how it goes. Again, everything can be refined later on. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I'm going to shoot them an email, but you guys want to do anything on the server, this is the address. It's also on my form as well. There's the support. That's the IP address. It's running 24/7 right now. 122.59.47.62. You've got the entire route available to you, or you can continue running these trains. I'll be here if it's available tomorrow night. I'll run it. If not, I'll do something else. I'm perfectly fine with taking on another train or whatever, or doing what I can. I'm not, I don't want to hog any trains. I want to keep, basically, if crews are available to run it. That way things keep going, and hopefully we can get daily operations going, because that's what I'd really like to get happening. But that's the goal anyways. I want daily operations in a smaller area. That's really the ultimate goal for me. So anyways, that's it for now, and we'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. And yeah, I'll probably be back on tomorrow night. I see my son at about 7 p.m., so I might come back on after 8, I would imagine. So, man, he takes a long time to crew change. Hope he's okay. I think he's fine, but anyways, I think he's good. So he's set to go off to CP anyways, so he's not going to interfere anywhere. And then these guys are coming out. Did I do that right? Yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. He's coming out here. Sorry, I gotta make sure I got this right. Yes. Okay. Yeah, everything should be set to do its thing. Top track 5. Here comes another westbound. Oh, awesome. Okay, so things are heating up, so that's good. So there should be traffic available, and then I'll mention more about restoring switches and stuff like that. Okay, guys, that's it. It's getting late. Anyways, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.